Anybody who's been in a relationship with a narcissist understands the complexity of healing from that particular type of trauma because it damages you on every level. It's a complex type of pain, a complex type of suffering. And one of the ways that you heal from that suffering is by reframing the narrative of the entire relationship. But before you can reframe the narrative, you have to feel the pain. And feeling the pain is one of the hardest parts because on some level, you start to imagine that the pain you feel by facing reality is more extreme than the pain of staying in that relationship. It's analogous to somebody who smokes cigarettes all their life. It's like you experience some stress and then you smoke a cigarette, and in that moment it feels good. You feel like the stress is gone. But what happens over time as you continue to smoke and you use that Band-Aid, you use that crutch, it actually lessens your ability to deal with stress because you're not taking care of the root cause. And the same thing is true with the pain of narcissistic abuse. That which you resist will persist until it's understood and healed. And so if you're new to this channel, my name is Ken Washington. I'm a narcissistic abuse educator and narcissistic abuse recovery coach and survivor. And I work with clients and prospective clients to reframe the narrative of narcissistic abuse, to reclaim your power and take back your life. And so if you want to book a session with me, my link is in the bio. I also have a book on Amazon. It's called Letting Go of a Narcissist. And that book pretty much gives you a blueprint for how to reframe the narrative. And it's told through stories, but it's not so much tell. There's some tell where I show you different strategies and tools and techniques, but mostly it's show by allowing you to see how I overcame certain aspects of the abuse and went through that process of reframing everything that I experienced in that abuse cycle. And it's not the type of story that's just, everything went fine. It's not a linear journey. Those of you who've been on this path for a while, you understand that it's not a linear journey. There are struggles involved. And some of you who are struggling, who are going through the valley of that abuse, and maybe you made some progress, maybe you made some strides, and then you got to a point where you felt like you were set back. These stories help you to have compassion with yourself and to have a little bit of grace because you see that everybody goes through those struggles. I had those same struggles. So you're not alone in that aspect. And even if you've gone through those struggles, it's still possible for you to heal. You just have to look at the things that you have going for you. You have to accentuate the positive and stay focused on what it is you really want. And one of the hardest parts about this type of pain, this type of grief that you go through, is the complexity of it. Like I mentioned, you have different parts of you with different needs. And those different parts of you, when you go through that abuse, they don't always agree with each other. And so part of that healing process is learning how to integrate your needs and how to reframe the narrative of everything that you've experienced. So initially, when you're in the relationship, when the narcissist gives you that love bomb, when they're idealizing you, when they're doing their little dance, they believe that they're in love with you, by the way, during that stage. They really believe that, and they confabulate, and they tell themselves a story. They run a script in their mind that allows them to really feel like and believe that they're in love with you. And that's why it felt so real, all while you were in that love bomb, because they believed it. And so you believed it too. And with that type of behavior and that type of belief, the narrative in your mind is, okay, yeah, this is a love story. But then when they switch, when they get into the devaluation stage and they start to criticize you, they start to bait you, they start to future fake you, they start lying, they start cheating, they start doing things to make you question who is this person? And you start to think, I don't even recognize this person. By that point, your nervous system is already pretty much bought into the relationship. And so you struggle between these two conflicting narratives that are in your mind at the same time. And you don't know if this person loves you or if this person hates you. And a lot of times the majority of the relationship consists of trying to just answer that question. Who is this person? And do they love me or do they hate me? It's the confusion. It's this fog that you're in that stage of the relationship. And that fog makes you just want to believe what you want to believe. We, as human beings, are always either running away from pain or running toward pleasure. And it's easier when you're in that relationship to believe that the narcissist loves me, this person cares about me. And so you choose to believe the narrative that makes you feel good, that this person loves me. They just got some issues. Maybe they got to work out some stuff or some immaturity. You tell yourself whatever you need to tell yourself in order to hold on to that relationship. But the story that you tell yourself reveals a deeper need within you. And that's one of the things that you want to look at, you want to evaluate. In the book that I have, it covers that. It helps you to see how to do that. And so the long-term thing that you want to do, as far as looking back on the relationship and really figuring out, okay, what happened? And primarily that's for people who still have the cognitive dissonance. You still feel that rumination. You look at the whole thing and you have to put it together like you would a puzzle, like you would a bunch of Legos, and you're trying to reconstruct this whole narrative, the whole story of what happened in that relationship in a way that makes sense to you, in a way that's cohesive, in a way that's congruent with reality as you now understand it.